Time now to take a quick look at the stock markets across the world. Let's begin with Asia first, and mixed cues really coming from Asian indices, with Japan continuing to tank. In fact, Japan's benchmark Nikkei 225 is down once again in trade. Today it's down about 3.5% or so, 3.38% on the ticker right now, to about 53,300 odd levels. Even the Hong Kong benchmark Hang Seng is down in trade. It's down about 0.5 percentage point, but the rest of Asia seems to be in better mood this morning, with KOSPI, the South Korean index, up about 0.75 percentage point, and Taiwan's TAIEX as well as China's Shanghai Composite Index trading mostly flat. Meanwhile, let's move on to India and the Indian markets. After the massive decline that was witnessed in trade yesterday, some recovery, value buying, one would potentially argue, with the Sensex and the Nifty both up about 1.25 percentage points each. Sensex has recovered almost 1,000 points in the first 10 minutes or so of trading, with now levels in 75,160 odd range. Nifty50, meanwhile, also up almost 280 points in early trade, up to about 23,280 odd levels. Small cap and mid cap pretty much following the precedent set by the large cap indexes. Meanwhile, the India VIX, the fear gauge, is also down in trade, a positive sort of signal for investors out there that volatility could potentially be reducing, but still at elevated levels of about 22. Let's look at the Nifty 50 heat map, and it seems that it's pretty much a good green day for most stocks which are listed on the Nifty 50 index, with major gains coming in for the heavyweight Reliance Industries, which is up about 1.6%. SBI also up about 2.8% or so in trade. The only aberration continues to be HDFC Bank, and remember, this happens a day after the stock had tanked about 4.5% or so, at some point even touched below the 5% mark. But no real clarity emerging on the real reasons for the resignation of Tanu Chaudhary, and that is something which Tanu Chakrabarti, I beg your pardon, which is something which is weighing down on investor sentiment this morning as well. So HDFC continuing to take a little bit of beating. Meanwhile, the rest of the banking pack, which was all in a deep red yesterday, has recovered significantly. Meanwhile, there's better news coming even from the IT space, and perhaps some remarks coming from tech leaders, including NVIDIA's boss Jensen Huang, on artificial intelligence. But overall, the sentiment across the entire IT pack on Nasdaq was also positive, and that is something which is reflecting with healthy gains that are visible across stocks of Infosys, which is up about 2.1%, Tech Mahindra, which is up about 2.7%, as well as HCL Tech, Wipro, as well as TCS, all ahead of 1% rise or so. Meanwhile, the consumer durable sector, which was again battered in trade yesterday, is looking better. Look at auto stocks of Maruti Suzuki, Mahindra and Mahindra, Bajaj Auto. All of these are in the green territory this morning. So overall, the mood of markets definitely seems to be more positive. The question really is this going to stay, and are there going to be further disruptions which could mar investor sentiments? Of course, we'll keep an eye on that.